From the moment police officer Patrick first laid eyes on the sad-looking dog clutching a white bag tightly in its mouth, he felt an overwhelming need to know what was inside. The sight was unusual enough to spark his curiosity, but the determination in the animal's eyes made it clear this was no ordinary case. Patrick assumed the dog might be carrying food, or perhaps a toy, yet the way it refused to release the bag, no matter the cost, hinted that something far more unusual was going on. Catching the animal, however, quickly proved to be more difficult than he had expected. During the tense process of tracking and cornering the dog, Patrick's mind ran through countless possibilities of what the bag could contain. He had seen many strange things during his time as a police officer, but nothing quite like this. The animal wasn't just guarding the bag, it was defending it as if its life depended on it. This simple call-out, which he initially thought would be routine, was becoming more complex by the minute, and an air of mystery hung over the scene. When Patrick and the rescue worker assisting him finally succeeded in driving the odd-acting dog into a corner and securing it, they were able to take the white bag from its mouth for the first time. Patrick couldn't believe the animal had managed to carry it around for so long, especially since it slowed its movements and even prevented it from using its teeth to defend itself. Clearly, whatever was in that bag mattered to the dog more than its own safety. With the animal safely contained, Patrick carefully opened the bag. The moment he looked inside, he gasped and instinctively stepped back. A surge of shock ran through him. What he saw was not at all what he had been expecting. The contents were strange, even unsettling, and his mind immediately filled with questions. What was the story behind this? Why had the dog been so determined to protect it? And how could something in a simple white bag carry such emotional weight, enough to unsettle even a trained police officer? Patrick Stevenson, an officer familiar with the occasional exaggerations of worried callers, had already taken multiple reports about this dog. Witnesses had described the animal's behavior as odd or unnerving. At first, Patrick brushed it off, thinking animal control could handle the matter. But as the calls continued and no action seemed to be taken, he began to realize this was more than just a wandering pet. After several reports, he contacted animal control himself, only to learn they were short-staffed, tied up with other cases, and unable to send a proper team. Normally, rules required at least 2 trained animal control officers to deal with a potentially dangerous stray, but with no one else available, Patrick decided to step in and partner with the lone available rescue worker. It wasn't part of his usual duties, but he had the time, and more importantly, the growing feeling that something about this situation demanded his attention. Little did he know that by agreeing to help, he was stepping into one of the strangest and most memorable cases of his career.